Hey y'all, welcome to my new subscribers and my Ocean gang. If y'all new, hell, this is my first video doing this too. So welcome. Today y'all gonna get Tell the Truth Thursday with O, and I'm gonna tell y'all a story of how I found out one of my exes was gay. Before we get into this, hey y'all, what's up? I don't have an intro for this video, but tune in to me explaining how I found out my ex was gay. If you can relate, put it in the comment. Please like, share, and comment this video. Now let's get into the intro. All right, so we back. I hope you got your snacks, your drinks together. Tell the kids get out grown folks business, go upstairs in their room and play, and let's get into this video. A disclaimer: I'm not homophobic. I love the LGBT community. I feel like when you have to say stuff like that, you are what you are. But I'm definitely not. And also too, the names are going to be changed because I don't want to put anybody's business out, especially like if they haven't came out the closet publicly. I met this guy somewhere in the city. We exchanged numbers, we talked, we went out on a couple of dates. I really did like this person, and we were vibing really well. One particular day, my friend called me. Her name was Sarah, and she was telling me her and her roommate Greg was having a get together. They normally have like get togethers and game nights. Y'all, I'm gonna eat my snack too while I'm talking. And so I went over their house. Next thing I know, I was a little late. You know, I'm always late. And I get there, I see the guy that I talked to, Tony, in the kitchen. But his back is facing me. So I pulled Sarah to the side. I'm like, Sarah, is that Tony? She was like, yeah. I'm like, what he doing here? She was like, you know him? I said, I talked to him. She said, you do? That's Greg's best friend. I'm like, oh, hell no. And I really didn't care for Greg like that. Greg was like a big flirt. You know, you couldn't tell if he was straight or gay. He thought he was so pretty. He was a handsome young fella. But, I mean, Greg was just doing too much. He modeled and stuff. He just thought he was just the finest thing walking, child. So, anyway, I turned my back around and I'm talking to Sarah and some more girls. And she telling me, like, so I'm just trying to act, you know, real cocky or whatever. And he tapped me on my shoulder. He was like, I already know that you gonna be here. And what I liked about Tony was his voice. Like, it wasn't deep, but it was seductive. And like, he had a swagger to him. Like, he was super confident too. Like, he'd be like, so I already know that you was gonna be here. And then he'll bust out laughing. So we talked or whatever that night, and everything was everything. So keep in mind, him and his friend Greg, they were like Beaver and Butthead. I Love Lucy and Elta, Martin and Tommy. Like, they were best friends, like connected to the hip, child. So one particular day, I had to work from home, and he was just saying that how he's going to be off a couple of days and he wanted to spend some time with me. So I was like, well, you know, I work from home, so what do you want me to do? He was like, well, just come over. He was like, bring your setup over here. I got internet, or if you need to log into my computer, you can do that, and maybe we could chill. So my mom had my son a few days, so I was like, okay, at least I ain't gonna have a kid for 3 days, so you know, it is what it is. Let me hang out with him. And I really loved everything about him because his personality was fun. He was a gentleman. He came from a great family, a wholesome family. He loved his siblings. He had a daughter. And everything was just everything. One day we were laying in his bed, and I was just asking him this question just to see what he would say. My birthday was approaching. He was asking me what I wanted to do for my birthday. And I said I wanted to go to Vegas and have a threesome, which I was lying, but I just wanted to see what he was going to say. So I was like, do you think we can go to Vegas and maybe we could do like a threesome, something different? He was like, yeah, we could do that if that's what you want to do. And I was like, do you know what kind of threesome I want to do? He was like, I know you. You probably want another man, don't you? And I was like, first of all, what made him even say that? So I said, what made you say that? He was like, because you ain't gay. You like me and you love me, and so you want another man. And I was like, would you be okay with that? He was like, yeah, if this what you want to do. He was like, long as the nigga nuts ain't touching mine. We like, if this what you want to do, we can wild out. Like I said, I just love the fact that he was down for whatever, but we were sitting on the couch. He was cooking. He was like, let's do something spontaneous. And he turned on some porn. I don't watch porn. So it was some man named, I forgot his name, but he was a porn star. And he used to, I guess, was like real popular with a lot of women or whatever. So he was like doing it doggy style with a woman. And when he was explaining like what was on the screen, I'm just looking like, this is ridiculous. Like, like, and he was like, man, that man getting it. He was like, man, he busting her with that big ass. And I ain't never heard no dude refer to no other man's penis like the size of it, or like, you can give a man props, like he beating that hoe down, but like he beating that hoe down with that big ass, like that's just too much. So I was like, yeah, he gay. Day one, I get over there, I log in, connect to the internet, everything is good. This particular day, he cooked food. We would watch TV on my breaks, or we would talk between calls, and we was having a good time. Now, I didn't stay the night. I would always pack up and go, because the type of mom I am, child, I still gotta go see about my kid, regardless if my mama gonna have him 3 days or not. So day two, and I'm getting over there early too. So I had packed some little sexy lingerie clothing, because I was like, okay, let's spice it up, whatever. Like, I had decorations and stuff and games, so it was gonna be like really fun. And what I liked about him, he was very spontaneous. He was down for anything, and I mean anything. So he get a phone call before, like, I'm just unpacking my bag, and he get a phone call, and he like, baby, I gotta go to the office. And I'm like, oh, so how long you gonna be there? He was like, man, I gotta work the whole shift because the other supervisor called in sick. I had a lot of downtime, so I would just take sexy pictures or whatever, my little videos, and twerking on this countertop, and I sent it to him. So when I sent it to him, I was looking for a response like, ooh, God, or ooh, that shit look good. What a normal would do. I say, this man said, LOL. So that just messed up the mood for me, because it's like, baby, I did all this. I put all this oil on me, put these outfits on, did splits, and, twerking on the countertop, doing all this, because, I got them good knees. Anybody that know me know I got good knees for dancing. So yeah, so after that just made me pissed. I was like, you know what, let me pack up my stuff, and I'm leaving when I get off my shift. So when he came home or whatever, well, he was texting me throughout the day. I was a little dry with him because I was upset. So when we got home, he was like, oh, and another thing I like about him, he will reassure you to death, baby. He was like, look at me in my eyes when I'm talking to you. He was like, everything you see me, I appreciate it and I liked it. You look fucking good. He was like, but damn, you surprised me. I'm at work, and then I get all this stuff, and I was like, damn, for real? But he was like, damn, like, I really like that. That's what I like about you, because you like to be spontaneous, and you like to do things that make me appreciate you more. And he was like, so don't ever think that anything you send me is unnoticed, because I love it. Like, like, that's how he was talking. All right, so I was like, at this point, I ain't even mad no more. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna stay. He was like, so you gonna stay or you gonna go? And I'm like, I'm gonna stay. He was like, all right, put the damn bag down, come here. I was like, we whatever, having a good time throughout the day or whatever. He get a phone call from Greg. Greg called him, was like, hey, bruh, let's get on the game. He was like, what you doing? He was like, man, I'm over here with Ocean. We ain't doing too much of nothing. He was like, well, I'm about to come through. He was like, where you at, Nick? He was like, I'm down the street. He was like, all right, well, pull up then. So when he got off the phone with him, I was like, why is you telling him to come over? He was like, because he said he in the neighborhood, so I guess he was trying to pull up anyway. And that's what they used to do. They used to just pull up at each other's house. So instead of a knock on the door, this man got a key coming into the house. And I'm like, dang, he got a key for real? I don't even got a key. Even though that's his best friend, he been knowing him longer. We've been dating a few months. But, I expect to have a key too. If he got a key, I need a key. But I didn't say anything. So I'm just looking. He like, what's up? Oh, I'm like, hey, Greg. So I go to the kitchen and I can't remember what I did, but I know I went somewhere in the house. It wasn't the bedroom. So he came to the kitchen or wherever I was, and he was like, "Baby, do you mind me and Greg get on this 2K?" I was like, "No, I don't mind." So now this gave me a moment to, call my girlfriends, gossip, tell them like what he said to me and what happened, girl, how he had me fucked up. But at the end, I wasn't fucked up no more. And so they was in the room on the game. So he had came back out the room and he was like, "You bored?" And I said, "No, I ain't bored." He was like, "You want to go get something from the store?" I said, "What you mean?" He was like, "I'm just saying, you want to go get something from the store or something? You hungry? You want to go get us something to eat?" I said, "I can." He was like, "Huh, get this money." So he gave me the money and he was like, I said, "Well, this too much to get something to eat." He was like, "Go get what you want." He was like, "If you want to go get some food, get some food. You may see some things that you may want." He was like, "So get it." And he was like, "She, my baby, I'm going to do whatever for you." And I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Can you give me a key?" And he was like, "Yeah, here are my key." I said, "Nah, give me Greg key." He was like, "That Greg key." He was like, "Why you want Greg key? You can get a key too. I can cut you a key." I was like, "Nah, give me Greg key." So he went to go get Greg key. He was like, "Hey, bro, want your key?" And he was like, she was like, I'm sorry. He was like, "Why she want my key?" And he was like, "She about to go to the store. She don't want to take my key, man. Just give her your key. I'll cut you a key, bro." He was like, "All right." So he gave me the key. He up there smiling. He like, "Here, just smiling." And I'm like, "Bro, why you be smiling all the time?" So anyway, I leave. I can't remember where I went, y'all, but I went to some stores or whatever. There was stuff around his house like Rainbow Child, Target, Walmart, just places like that. So I get back or whatever, and I had to call him because when I get in, when you get in the gate, you have to press a number, whatever. He was one of them gated I'm gonna say communities. So he let me in, so he knew I was coming. So I get in, I go up the steps, open the door with the key, and I'm calling him, Tony. I don't hear nobody. I hear music from the game, but I don't hear nobody. So, and the door wasn't closed or anything. So I go into the room. This man got his pants. You know how like when men sag, your booty show a little bit? But, okay, so in his room, it was the bed. The bed was like the end of the bed, the head of the bed. Greg was at the head of the bed with his pants like below his booty and socks on, and his pants was baggy. Tony was at the edge of the bed and the TV right there. But my thing is, why is you letting a big grown stinky boo booty man sit ass down in your bed and you on the edge of the bed, and then his pants sagging while I see his booty, and he had a little booty too. So I ain't think nothing of it or whatever. And I'm not saying something happened that day because I don't know, just to let y'all know. I'm just scoping the scene or whatever. So he was like, "Did you get what you need?" And I said, "Yeah, I got what you need." He was like, "Did you get us something to eat?" I said, "Yeah, I got y'all something to eat." And then Greg was like, "You got me something to eat too?" I said, "I got you something to eat." He was like, "That's why I fucks with her." He was like, "Man, you got a good one. Just don't marry her though." And he would laugh. And I'd be like, "Boy, shut up." So anyway, Greg, 1 hour passed, 2 hour passed, 3 hour passed. Greg is still here. So I'm like, "Tony, why is Greg still here?" He like, "Man, he just still here. I don't know." I said, "You gonna kick him out so we can have some me time?" He was like, "Baby, you been over here 2 days." I said, "I ain't spent the night." He was like, "But still, you been over here 2 days." He was like, "This is my partner. We just do shit like this." He was like, "Well, if we move together, you gonna be rushing my company off. I got all the time in the world to spend with you." He was like, "But, I don't spend time with them like that. And plus, I'm not gonna be around this nigga long anyway." He was like, "So, I'm telling him to leave in a minute." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." So I go in the living room on my phone doing what I normally do. "Hey, girl," or whatever. So 10 o'clock come. You ain't telling me that this man staying at your house till midnight, and I'm over here. I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm ready to lay down and cuddle. So I told Tony, I said, "It's time for him to go. Either you tell him, I'm gonna tell him." So he told him to leave, whatever. So now day 3. Day 3 is Friday. Okay, so I come over there in the morning, do my normal routine, set up, log in, whatever. He had to go to the office, so he had to go to the office. I'm doing the same thing again, sending him pictures and videos, and ain't nothing nasty. I just like to twerk my booty a lot. So if y'all see videos that come out whenever I get famous, it is real. It is just look at it and keep swiping, baby. All right, so I get off of work. I'm asking him, are we going out tonight or whatever? He was like, nah, man, the fellas going to the club. He was like, but you can come over when I come out the club, you know, when I leave the club or whatever. I was like, all right, cool. So I made some plans with my friends to go out or whatever. And we were just like, we just going to meet up at his house or whatever. I get ready to come over. I think it's about like 2 or 3 in the morning, I think. So it was about 1. No, it was about 2 something. So keep in mind, I still got his key. So I get over there. I see girls' shoes and pants in the living room or whatever. So I'm like, I'm about to light this bitch up. I cut out all the lights. I'm like, Tony, Greg, who in this motherfucker? So Tony come out. He like, baby. He was like, now, because I was knocking on his door. I was like, open this door. So a girl opened up the door. And I'm like, what? So she was like, looking at me like that. And I'm looking at her like that. And I'm trying to figure out who in that bed. Because I'm looking. I'm like, they don't look like him. But it could be him. But it was great. So Tony come from behind. He like, baby. And I was like, why the fuck they in your bed? So he grabbed me. We went to the back. And he was like, man, we all came in drunk last night. I never forgot to tell you, I was a girl laying on the couch too. He was like, her and her friend wanted to come over. I told her I already got a girlfriend. So, if, you know, they were riding together. So I just told her make herself comfortable on the couch or whatever. So I had went into the other room and I was just waiting on you. And he was like, I had got in her my bed because the spare bedroom, it ain't really got like a large bed in there. It's like a futon couch or whatever. So he was like, he gave them their bed. So I ain't understand like how you giving your partner your bed so they can be intimate. Your partner is grown as hell. Like if he needs to go get a room or whatever, he could have got it on his own, and she could have told somebody to come pick her ass up, or they could have dropped the friend off and they went to go get a room. So that made me be like, oh, there's just something wrong with this situation, because it's like he always make accommodations for Greg, and I just didn't understand why. So fast forward that night, everybody left except for Greg. I told him to tell Greg he need to go home. He was like, baby, Greg didn't drive. I said, well, Greg need to get an Uber, or you need to go take him out. He was like, he gonna sober up and then he gonna leave. So the whole day he took him a shower. He was just lingering around in his boxers, like boxer shorts or whatever. And he was on the couch the whole day, and I had to work on Saturday, so I had to log in. So we ended up going to sleep or whatever, woke back up. Greg still on the couch or whatever. Tony had to go do something pertaining to work. So I was just asking Greg, like, when is you gonna leave? And he was like, man, he was like, you want to spend some time with your nigga, don't? And I'm like, yeah, you need to be spending time with your girlfriend. He was like, I ain't got no girlfriend. I was like, well, he do, so you need to leave. And I was like, I ain't trying to be rude or nothing, but I was like, but you just here for no reason. Then your stuff showing, like, you just need to go. And keep in mind, like, this man had a big package, so you could see his print and stuff, and he knew he did. And I don't know if he was like trying to test me or whatever. And I have to tell y'all another story about this Greg, because remember the name Greg, because I got a story that's gonna blow y'all mind about this man Greg. So I don't know if he thought like I was gonna cheat on Tony or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I had told Tony that he's making me feel uncomfortable because he got his penis swinging and he just needs to go. So anyway, Greg ended up leaving. Now this is how I found out he was gay. So we supposed to go to a comedy show, and he was like, you know, you may want to go to the mall to go get you an outfit or whatever the case may be. And we used to wear the same color sometimes. Sometimes he'd be like, what color you wearing? I'd be like, red. And then he'll find some red. So he was like, go to the mall or whatever with your friend, and we gonna meet back up at my house, and then we gonna go out. I'm like, all right, cool. So I had called Sarah to come ride with me to the mall, because, you know, that was my friend or whatever. And I had to just catch her up on everything, like what was going on with Greg and Tony. So next thing I know, I went to go pick her up. We go to the mall, get what we need to get. Then I had to go back and drop her off. So when I drop her off, Tony's truck is parked like in a parking lot. So Sarah was like, ain't this Tony's truck? I'm like, yeah. What he doing over here? So I called him. He didn't answer. Called him again. He answered. Text him. He didn't answer. So she was like, I'm going to go in first and just see what they doing or whatever. Because why he not answering your calls? I'm like, I don't know. So she go in there. Then she come back out. She said, they in his room or whatever. I was like, what they doing? She was like, it sound like they playing a game. But the door closed and locked. And I was like, She was like, come on in. And I was like, all right. So we go in or whatever. We tiptoeing in, like sneaking down the hallway. And like we hear the game, but you hear some strange noises. And it ain't like no, none of that. It's just like, like that or whatever. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I was like, girl, I'm about to knock this door down. She was like, please don't do it, because she lived with Greg. And she was like, please don't do it, because if you knock down that door and Greg know that I'm right here, like he probably gonna kick me out. I said, well, what you can do is go back to my car, and I'm gonna act like I came in to get something for you. That way you don't even know that I kicked your door down. And he can't knock you because I kicked your door down. Like, I'm Tony girlfriend. I'm your friend, but I'm Tony girlfriend at the same time. Like, he can't put, like, if he called the police on me, you ain't got shit to do with it. She was like, no, I ain't going to the car. She said, I'm going to go to my room, but I'm going to keep my door open. I was like, all right, cool. So I had wiggled the door, and I was like, no, I can't knock this door down. So I went back to her room. I was like, do you know how to pick locks? Because the girl can pick locks. She said, yeah. I said, can you pick his lock? She was like, yeah, use that knife right there, because sometimes the door would get jammed, or because sometimes she said she would break into his room when he gone. So she just would use this particular tool. So she gave it to me, and so I started trying to pick the lock. And so I was just thinking to myself, like, if this door locked, they must got a female in there, because I believe they used to run train on women too at the same time. So I was thinking maybe a female in there. And I was never going to fight the female. I just always had speculation that he was gay. But before I tell y'all what happened, go ahead and like this video, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. So back to the door. I picked at her open, kicked the door down. This man getting his sucked by Greg. And first I opened my mouth. I'm like, I can't believe this, but I can believe it, because I used to pray to God to give me signs. And he definitely gave me a lot of signs. And he was like putting up his pants. He was like calling me by my first name. I ran out. I called Sarah. I was like, I'm done. He gay. I knew he was gay. Greg, when I was looking at him, he was just smiling, sitting back like, I got your in, hoe. So Tony, followed me outside. I told him, don't touch me. Don't ever call me. He gay as F. I knew it. He was too good to be true. I need to go to the doctor before I die. He better hope I ain't got nothing, So anyway, I blocked him. He tried to call Sarah to allow her to call me. I told her, don't ever call me about him, because he was gay. Well, so I moved on with my life. Moved out of town. He called me one day from a different number. Asked could we talk. He asked me when I was coming back to where I was. I told him we had to sit down. He basically told me that he allowed Greg to suck his at least 3 times we were together. He said he never touched Greg. He never fucked Greg. But that's all it was. And he couldn't understand if he was gay or not. He was like, he would like if I do not tell nobody what happened. He apologized a lot of times. Like, he never meant to hurt me. He said he's battling with a lot of things. He's probably going to go to therapy to figure it out. And he was like, whatever I need or want, he'll give it to me. And he don't want to stop talking to me. And so I told him the thing is, if you were just honest with me from the jump, we wouldn't have went through none of this. And right now to this day, years later, he has a female that he claimed he wants to marry. But he's definitely still down low. Meaning he's still busting niggas down. So that's the story of me finding out that my ex was gay. If y'all had similar situations like me, let me know, baby. Until then, I see y'all later.